name's Cansu. Cansu. Would you rather grab it as you go on stage? The mic stand is right.
Please put your hands together and welcome to the stage, Sarah and Rye.
Hello.
Welcome.
To Caveat for the Lab. We are so excited all of you are here today.
Yes, and today's show is going to be a comedy show in celebration of Brain Awareness Week, which is a global campaign to increase public awareness for all the cool things that's happening around brain research.
Yes!
Sure. So, what do we know about the brain? Where are we headed? Guys, do we even know what the brain does? I don't know, friends, but...
And Rye is a neuroscientist.
Yeah.
But
well,
today maybe we're going to find out some stuff.
yes, and if we at least have some fun trying to find out a little bit about what the brain does.
Yeah, so what we're going to do today, in a little bit, you're going to see some improv comedy. We have an amazing scientist that we're going to interview. We'll do some comedy scenes inspired by our conversation. But first of all, we are going to welcome an amazing stand-up comedian to the stage.
Cansu. So Cansu is a neuroscientist by day. She did a PhD at Cambridge University and a postdoc at Columbia University. And when she was in the UK, she was nominated for the BBC New Comedy Award.
How amazing is that?
And in New York City, she produced a show called The Diversity Hire, which was featured in the New York 2023 Comedy Festival. So she's fucking cool.
She's fucking good.
So please join your hands and help me welcome Cansu.
Yes!
Thank you. They made me sound way cooler than I am. Trust me. How are you guys? So everyone clap if you're a scientist. The rest of you made good choices. Good to know. Hell yeah. So you're a scientist, obviously. But and then you're a scientist here? Yeah? What do you do? You just like science? You were just excited about that? Yeah? That counts, I guess. Yeah, that's sure. Yeah, fine. That's fine. Are there any clap if you're a foreigner? Okay. Yeah, I don't work for ICE, guys. You know, you can. Yeah. Okay. That's just one person. Cool. Wait, was it just you? I guess. Yeah. The rest were deported. I guess. I don't know. But I know that's awkward, but let's get comfortable, okay? We have to talk about these things. I'm Middle Eastern. In New York, that's known as Puerto Rican. My first week in New York, this old Puerto Rican man walked up to me. He said, "You Puerto Rican?" I said, "No." And he said, "It's not a disease. You could say yes." So now not to upset people, when they ask me if I'm Puerto Rican, I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And then they say, "What part of Puerto Rico are you from?" I don't know anything about Puerto Rico. I panic every time and I go, "The Bronx." No one's questioned that answer so far. Welcome to the show. Yeah. So awkward being on the front row, right? Yeah. He did this to you. He did. That was malicious. Are you guys here together, like couple? No. Just friends? Sure. Okay. That's what they all say. I grew up in Denmark. Anyone from Europe here? No, right? We already talked about that. You're the only foreigner. Yeah, me too. I grew up in Denmark. It's funny because I grew up in this, two Middle Eastern parents. I grew up in a neighborhood that Danish people legally call the ghetto. It's a ghetto in Denmark, so it's really nice. I was raised by very typical Middle Eastern parents. Like, I'll tell you how typical. My parents have been married for 35 years. They've never said "I love you" to each other. It'd be weird if they did, because they don't speak English. They're critical, though. They're very critical. Very typical brown parents. Like when I started comedy, my mom said, "You want to be a clown?" I said, "No, I want to tell jokes." And she said, "That's a job for ugly people." This is how broken I am. I was like, at least she doesn't think I'm ugly. No, you have to take what you can get. The other day, I went to visit my parents. I went to Denmark. My mom came to pick me up at the airport. She took one look at me and she said, you know, if you died tonight, this is how you would present yourself to God. Who the fuck talks like that? Who am I supposed to be meeting in heaven, God or my ex-boyfriend? It's messed up, right? When I told my dad I wanted to be a scientist, he said, that's a hobby for rich people. Which is so ironic. Anyone in academia is like, that's not true at all. Anyone in academia here? Clap if you work in academia. Clap if you used to work in academia. Yeah, see, that was a happier clap. I don't know. There was a difference there. No, it's interesting because, like, there is that, it's actually true, right? If you think about it, you know, Greek philosophers, the OG scientists, you know, they could do science because they were rich. You just sit around, ponder all day long. Academia is the place where Plato used to teach. And now academia is the place you go to be poor, you know? It's very interesting, but I did become a neuroscientist. I thought it was fascinating because the brain was so fascinating to me. The first disease I worked on was stroke. We're all familiar with strokes. Hopefully not, but you know, like as a concept, you're familiar with it. Like a artery in your brain gets clogged up, right? And then at first, you know, you have cell death because there's no nutrients going in, no blood flow. And then immune cells go into that area to clean it up, and they make it worse. So then that was what I was studying, was how to prevent that from happening, which is so fascinating. You know, in an attempt to fix the problem, the body makes it worse. And that's like, we see that everywhere in life, right? Remember when Trump was gonna make America great again? And everything got so much worse? That's the brain, essentially. Yeah, that's what happens during a stroke. And neither has a cure, basically. It's hard being a scientist, right? Like, I did my PhD on Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, and then now I still work on that, age-related diseases. And it's hard to be motivated because you're like, okay, I'm gonna spend another 30 years trying to cure Alzheimer's disease so someone's racist grandmother can remember to vote. It's very hard to motivate yourself, you know? That's why I do comedy, I guess, you know, to break it off a little bit. Yeah. Is anyone dating here? Clap if you're single. Okay, cool. It's a lot of people, actually. That's fine. That's why you're here on a Sunday afternoon. Yeah. Are you all on the dating market? Yeah, out there? Cool, that's great. I don't know, my friends were so excited for me when I moved to New York. They were like, you've been single forever. And New York has the most singles in the world. That's what they told me. But there's a reason for that. Oh my God, I've never met this many people in my life that I thought deserved to die alone. I'm not talking about you guys. You guys are great. For sure, great. I mean, that used to happen to me all the time. Like, give me a cheer if you've ever ghosted someone. Okay. Give me a cheer if you've ever been ghosted. Yeah. Those are the exact same people. I don't know if you noticed that. This is what we do, right? We can't commit to shit. I'm okay with ghosting. What I don't like is when people come back, because they always do. This one guy I used to date like 8 years ago messages me every year. December 25th. He goes, Merry Christmas. You guys following this? I'm Muslim. Worst of all, he's Muslim. You have to be really horny to forget your own religion. I am engaged now, which is, oh, thank you. It's not that deep, you know, it's just a ring. But, you know, it's interesting because my fiancé is trying to learn Turkish so he can speak to my parents, because remember, they don't speak English. But he's doing it on Duolingo. It's like getting your PhD from TikTok. He's not learning shit. The other day I heard him practice, he said, I'm good, but the turtles are bad. Why would you ever need to learn that? Like, what are you going to do? Go up to my dad and be like, I'm good, but the turtles are bad? My dad's going to be like, really? This is the best you could do? My mom will be fine with him. She'll be like, she's 35, so this is okay. Person in my family really gets along with my fiancé is my great aunt. Her level of, you know, his level of Turkish, her dementia, that's a match made in heaven. They just sit around, name objects all day long. He goes, I'm good, but the turtles are bad. And she goes, really? Who knew? It's funny though. My dad's such an interesting guy. He's been a cab driver in Copenhagen for 35 years. And Denmark has this little mermaid statue that people go and visit, right? I asked my dad what the most popular tourist attraction in Denmark was. He said the tiny fish woman. You understand how little you have to care? That's like if you took a cab in New York, you're like, I want to go to the Statue of Liberty. And the cab driver was like, oh, you mean the torch bitch? That's not its name. Yeah, did anyone here have problems with their parents opening their mail growing up? Nobody. Just a lot of white people, that's why. Right? No, I used to, because I grew up in Denmark, so I thought I had rights. I went up to my dad one day, I said, you can't open my mail, it's against the law. He said, oh, you want to do white people shit? Okay. He said, from now on, you do what white kids do. You do chores. It's like, I'm the only girl, I already do all the chores. He said, you're going to do white kid chores. He said, white kids mow the lawn. I was like, what lawn? We live in an apartment. He started gaslighting me. He was like, look outside, what do you see? He was talking about the public park. I'm not mowing the public park. I know I was supposed to talk about science a little bit, but, you know, that's it's just more fun talking about parents and life. It is, I did go to University of Cambridge to do my PhD, and when I got my doctorate, my mom was like, oh, it's okay, darling, we'll tell people you're a real doctor. Which is so crazy, right? Because like most brown parents love me. I'm the son they wish they had. Not my parents, though. Yeah, it's been an interesting ride, actually. Now I work in big pharma. I sold out. Woo! Yeah? No? I woo myself because, you know, you have to. Otherwise, you just have a bad conscience, you know? Yeah. Anyone here work in pharma? Okay. Me and you, buddy. We're getting all those stocks, right? My partner works in tech. So he's a devil, basically, right now. I listen to a lot of his calls, and I have this theory that you can't tell the difference between tech company and the Taliban. I'll prove it to you right now, okay? I'll give you some statements. You tell me who I'm talking about. Is it tech or the Taliban? Okay, first of all, dominated by brown men. Taliban. Also tech, though, right? Uses social media to control people. Which one is it? It's both. Right? Fundamentally believes they know what's best for society. You don't know the difference. The only difference is, you know, you can't get stock with the Taliban. You know, if you could, the ones who would do that is tech bros. I know. It's an interesting time. I know I'm supposed to go off stage now, but I also feel like I made the vibe a little weird. So I don't want to end it there. I'll end it on a better note. It was funny when my first date with my fiance was he took me axe throwing, which is really cool. But you know he's a Pakistani Muslim guy, so in my mind I thought he was trying to recruit me to ISIS. I hit bullseye once and I didn't put out, so I'm pretty sure I passed the test too. It's funny because when we got engaged, we told our parents and. They were like, you have to get married. You know, at least Islamically, you have to get married. We're like, we don't care, so let's just do it. So an imam came over to their house, and he was like, what's the dowry? Do you guys know what a dowry is? Yeah. It's the amount of money he has to pay me. And at first, I was like, that's so offensive, right? And then immediately, 5 seconds later, I was like, you know what? You better fucking pay, dude. Let's get paid right now. Let's fucking go, right? And then my fiance was having fun with it. He was like, $5, $10, whatever. Then the imam got really pissed off at us. He was like, you're not taking this seriously. This is to protect the rights of the woman in case the marriage should end. And I was like, I'll make more money than him, but who the fuck cares, right? If you don't spend, I don't bend. That's it. And then the imam got really pissed off. He was like, okay, I'm just going to propose an amount. He was like, $8,000. That's an acceptable amount. And that's how I found out I have the market value of a used Honda Civic. Guys, you've been so much fun. Keep it going for your host.
All right, give it up one more time for Cansu.
If you want to hear more from her, check out her podcast, Let's Hookah. And her Instagram handle is Cansu Comedy. And also her website is jansucomedy.com.
Yeah, so check her out. Now's a great time. We're about to do some improv. If you want to order another drink or a snack, you can do that. Be good to your bartenders tonight. We're so excited to be here at Caveat. And now we're going to do a little improv. Is this anybody's first time seeing improv? Oh, you all know it. That's so fun. Okay.
One person. Cool. Woo! This is going to be new for you. So everything you're going to see here is completely made up on the spot. So we can't stress this more. We have not had a meeting backstage. Nothing we're going to do is written. It's really, everything is made up on the spot.
Yeah, and so we're going to be learning about real science alongside you and then be experts in it, doing comedy, naturally. So let's hear a little bit about our scientists.
So we have a wonderful scientist for you today. We have Dr. Vassiki Chauhan. She is a postdoc in Barnard College at Columbia University. She did her PhD at Dartmouth College, and she is studying how our brains enable us to read.
So cool.
Please welcome. To state our improv cast.
Yes, get out your cast.
And help us welcome Dr. Vassiki Chauhan.
Yes, please sit with us. So to start out, we would love to know from you, when did you know you wanted to get into science?
I think I knew that when I was about 14 years old. I totally swallowed the myth of the genius scientist, and I read a book about Albert Einstein and heard about the theory of relativity and was just like, I want to do some of that stuff. So my undergrad degree was actually in physics. Took a long time to convince my parents that I shouldn't be a doctor and an engineer. Scientist was the next best thing. So I found out early that this was a path for me.
Did you have to rebel? Did you grow up?
Yeah.
Did you grow up in India? I know because we know each other.
Height of rebellion in India is like, I want to do science, you know. Yeah, I did have to rebel. There were some PowerPoint slides involved. There is this whole industry in India where
tell us more about that. There are PowerPoint slides involved.
Maybe I can find them in my email. No. Yeah, I basically had to argue that I will have a livelihood, that this is a money-making industry at the end of the day. Like, they won't have to support me for the rest of their lives. And that there is a true sense of reward that you get from the profession, that once the bug has bitten me, I'm not going to get elsewhere. So if they want me to be happy and satisfied and not complain about taking away my dream, this is what they should let me do. Yeah.
And what was the PowerPoint presentation? So this was in a slideshow format?
Basically, it was just like, these are the industries that hire scientists, and this is what I'll have to have as my level of education to make an entryway to all of these industries. So data science wasn't as big of a thing as it is now. Half of my grad school cohort has gone and found jobs in tech. So now it's like really easy to argue that you can make above median income in New York City with that job. But at the time, it was more like labs exist in the private sphere. There is policy business. You can work in healthcare. You can work in education. None of these were particularly exciting for them to hear about, but just the combination of, like knowing that I would be salty for the rest of my life if they didn't let me do this was enough of a convincing
And did you
argument.
have any mentors who encouraged you once you knew what you wanted to do?
A lot of my mentors came from the scientists that I read about. There were some in college. There was the best high school teacher I had was actually someone who taught social studies, who taught economics and civics. But I once went and wrote in an exam an answer that went against the narrative of what we were taught. And she was just like, we want more of that. Like, a lot of kids just regurgitate whatever is supposed to get them the most marks in the exam at the end of the year, but you're thinking on your feet, and that is something worth cherishing. So in that way, she acted as a very formative mentor. And
What was her name?
her name was Dr. Beena.
Dr. Vina.
Yeah.
Going again, like, to when you were young and first sort of like inspired to be interested in science, do you remember something that like really captured your imagination? Like you said you read about Albert Einstein, and like all kids obviously was inspired, but is there a particular thing that like really drove you to sort of pursue that?
I guess at some level, you know, when we are at that age, when we are teenagers, we're very obsessed with figuring out who we are. And I was intrigued by this dichotomy between our subjective world and the reality that exists outside. So the fact that science can cut through some of the subjective and take a stab at seeing what is hidden behind the curtain was really inspiring to me. And then learning that Albert Einstein was actually a socialist was pretty fucking cool, you know? Like, it's like you don't just get the chance to study what's real, you can have an opinion while you do it, was something that blew my mind. So learning about his life as a scientist and not just something as radical as theory of relativity really got the juices flowing.
Aside from being a socialist, do you remember a particular Einstein fact that you love?
I thought it was really cool that he won the Nobel Prize for studying Brownian motion, which is how particles move in the atmosphere and suspended in liquids, and not for theory of relativity. So finding out that he did one thing that the whole world recognized as genius and then kept on doing a bunch of other cool things is like, it's not like a one-shot game, you know? Like, you can pursue ideas in so many different ways, and the world may or may not recognize that with awards. So learning that fact was really inspiring to me.
Are there places early on that you went that the science has like taken you that you didn't expect to go, or maybe you did expect to go?
Conceptually or physically in the
Both.
world? Okay. Yeah, that's a great question. I love that question. I think places can really shape the mind of a child, you know, because it's so exciting to get out there with your family and be like, oh, this is not school, this is not home, we're going somewhere new. And since I was very, very little, I always loved planetariums. I still haven't been to the Natural History Museum one here. I should go and do that at some point.
Yeah, you should. It's nice.
It sounds really nice, yeah. So planetariums were big. There was a science center called Jawaharlal Nehru Science Center in Mumbai, right next to the planetarium, where a bunch of school kids would be taken. And I'm sure there's science museums around here, right? But there's this particular display. I don't even know if I remembered the science. It was something to do with surface area and pressure, but there's this display, like a square thing of needles pointing downwards. And if you put your palm, it just makes this impression of your palm, and you don't feel like a needle is pricking you, but you're touching like multiple heads of or tails of needles at the same time.
What was so fascinating about that?
That it didn't hurt, you know?
That's a great segue. We're going to do some improv. Thank you.
I was just thinking, like we should go to the planetarium. It's nice. It's a nice place to visit.
I like nice places. Okay.
Okay, cool. So, Saturday night then? Saturday night, you and I will go to the planetarium.
Okay.
And we're exchanging
Okay.
numbers.
Okay. No, I was checking my calendar. But I mean, if you want to make it
I was as well.
Sure. I mean, I would need your number, I guess.
Yeah, if we're gonna meet up.
I mean,
we
we
should
could
probably
do-
travel there together, right?
Okay.
I really want to go to the planetarium.
I can tell.
It's-
It's a lot to, I want to know more about the space. I'm one of those people that likes to know like what to expect when I get somewhere. And all I know about planetariums is like it's really round inside.
Oh, it's
like,
so.
I know that.
It is so round.
Yeah.
Honestly, like you think that something can't be as round as that, but then when you get there, it's rounder
It's like
than you
so
would have
round.
thought.
That's cool. I like
Honestly, that's really all you need to know.
that. Okay. Look,
And-
I'm gonna put it in 7 o'clock.
7's great.
Okay.
I get off of work at Fridays at like 6, so I could like swing by, pick you up.
Sure.
I'm getting like more confident when this
It's-
plan. I'm
this,
just like
like,
really excited.
This planetarium is transforming you. It's really cool to see. I'm excited.
Cool.
It'll be a cool thing that we can share, and then we can talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, maybe.
And we'll have this thing in common.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then maybe I don't know, like prom.
Okay. I was gonna say an aquarium.
We can go to the aquarium. I love
Okay.
fish.
Mom, Dad, thanks for coming to this presentation I prepared for you. Just remain in your seats until the presentation is completely concluded. So, why I should have popsicles after dinner.
David, what is this?
I'm trying to be persuasive to reach and change hearts and minds. And this seemed at school they recently taught us how to use PowerPoint.
Was this your idea?
Really? Our therapist told she told us everything that he does is not from me. Okay?
You know, this goes really well into my next slide.
Go ahead, sweetie.
This was not Mom's idea.
Are you looking at it?
Just because something's on a slide doesn't make it a fact.
Okay. So, Webster's Dictionary defines popsicle as a frozen dessert encapsulating a stick that is typically wood but could also be plastic or other artificial polypurifying substance. And
You put pictures on it too, baby. That's sweet.
yeah, those are 3 typical brands of popsicles.
If you want popsicles so bad, why don't you do the grocery shopping?
I'm gonna go back to the previous slide. Mom did not prepare this.
Stay on that slide for a few seconds so your father can see it.
Okay.
Sorry, David. Sorry.
I'm going to just step back and let me know when I can proceed.
You can proceed, sweetie.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead too because we already covered Webster's Dictionary's definition of popsicle and the multiple brands that they can have available for purchase. In the next thing, you see that this is a picture of me, and I photoshopped it so that I'm happy.
Kids, my name is Dr. Bean. You can call me Dr. B.
Well,
I'm cool.
Ooh, one letter, cool.
Yeah.
First thing I want you to do, take your textbooks out.
That's a little unorthodox.
I think you'll find that Dr. B doesn't play by the rules.
Okay.
Okay, I want you to open to page 12. Rip it out!
What?
Just rip it out.
These are issued by the school, Dr. B.
Dr. B doesn't give a fuck.
Did you hear Dr. B say that word?
Dr. B, I really want to be cool too. I'm just nervous we'll get in trouble if we start ripping out pages.
No, Dr. B says it's okay. You have my word.
Okay, but did you talk to librarian Michaels? Because I brought in a book with a watermark on it and I almost got detention.
Leave librarian Michaels to me, Okay, don't worry about that fascist.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
teach
Fuck Librarian Michaels.
Good, more of that, yes.
Fuck librarian.
Fuck
Michaels.
Librarian Michaels.
Fuck librarian.
Oh, Dr. B.
Librarian Michaels.
I must say I really appreciate your posture today. Very sharp, uptight, clean. Just like my books at the library.
I would appreciate it if you didn't study my posture so closely.
Why not? I think it's a good example for our students. They all get messy, dirty, and play outside the lines sometimes. I don't like it.
Librarian Michaels, do you mind if I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
What happened to you?
What do you mean?
Why are you this way?
If you mean this way, why am I so fastidious, organized, sharp-wit?
Son, when you make your bed,
Yeah?
you need to tuck in the sheets perfectly.
I thought I did, Pa.
Look at the books on this bookshelf. They're all disheveled.
Just a little bit.
Remember,
Is that better?
if you want to be successful, you have to be exactly like me.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to be just like you, Pa. I want to be just like you. I want to make sure it's all clean.
The general theory of relativity, that was my idea. Stolen.
Oh, yeah.
By some nerd who works at a patent office.
Einstein?
Yeah.
Einstein stole your idea, Dad?
Yeah. You know why? Because I didn't organize it right.
You weren't organized. You
Yeah.
weren't on top of it.
That's a serious, deep trauma that I'm passing on to you.
Thanks, Dad.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Seems like you were raised by some angry curmudgeon who couldn't let the past go.
No. He was a good man. His life was taken from him. And I don't want anyone else to go through that. Cross your T's, dot your I's, comb your hair.
Great, let's welcome back Dr. Vassiki. Thank you. Okay, so next we would love to ask you a little bit more about the work that you're doing now.
Yeah. Could you tell us a little bit
What are you
about-
doing now?
Yeah, what are you doing now?
So I use functional magnetic resonance imaging, which is a way to study brain activity through measuring blood flow to the brain to see what parts of our brain really are engaged in the task of reading. So a really unique feature of our brains is that the bottom surface of it, right in front of the visual cortex, becomes really specialized for processing different categories in the world that are important for our survival, like faces or gestures or things like scenes, whether something is inside or outside. And through the course of acquiring literacy, this brain region basically comes online, and it doesn't exist in people who can't read. And across all languages, when you develop the ability to read, it's always this one same region that shows up online. However, there is a camp of neuroscientists that don't believe that single regions of the brain do single things. So there's a very heated debate about.
So there's like beef.
There is always beef in science. It's the most exciting thing, and they're never resolved.
And how do you do these experiments? How do you get the people to, how do you persuade them?
Money. Course credits sometimes. So one really sad fact that people are actively trying to fix about neuroscience on humans is that a lot of it is done on college-age students with, Western education, the ability to speak English, coming from a particular socioeconomic background. So what we know about the brain is often based on what we know about the brains of undergrads. So yeah, money is what persuades
Do most of
them.
these undergrads, are they bilingual, or are they just mostly, most of your subjects, do they know multiple languages, or is it just one language that you put it through the experiments,
Right. I've only been studying reading and language in New York City, and it definitely is a lot more diverse. And college towns tend to be more diverse than the cities that colleges exist in general. So I would say it's usually half and half, bilinguals and people who speak one language.
My question was similar to that. Like, do certain regions of the brain come on when you learn another language? Like, do you notice that there's like more parts of the brain being activated when people are bilingual?
That is another contested topic, but it tends to be the same populations of neurons distributed across the brain, just more of it gets recruited. Okay. So it's the same infrastructure that gets repurposed when you learn a new language.
Cool.
Yeah.
Over the course of your research, has there been anything that you've sort of found or discovered in any of your experiments that kind of like really surprised you, that was a bit like either was different from how you expected it to be in any particular way?
Yeah, I'm going to try to answer that without boring everyone, but it's a little challenging to do because my experiments are very hairy. But
not literally, right?
No. I don't test hobbits, no. There is a part of the brain in the frontal cortex, which is like, people would argue what makes us humans, that really tells the rest of the brain what to do in a manner that I was not expecting. And I want to make a computational model of how this region interacts with the region that I've kind of done my postdoc for as long as I've been, at Barnard. So the fact that you have parts of the brain telling other parts what to do for the same kinds of tasks is unexpected to me. Yeah.
This may be a yes or no question, so it might not be interesting, but I'm fascinated by this. So you study the brain, and a certain part of the brain lights up when you read. Have you done any experiments with speed readers?
Speed readers are not really reading, so no.
Oh.
But you're not comprehending when you're speed reading. That is not a thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I will die on that hill.
Wow. That's a hot take. Wow.
Yeah.
So if I was interviewing for your job, which I could not do, and I was asking you to kind of give me an idea of what does an average day in your job look like? Could you just walk me through maybe the big strokes of what a day looks like?
Yeah. So my day looks very different if I'm collecting data, so running experiments, or if I'm either preparing to run a study or analyzing the results that I already have. In the latter fraction, I'm mostly writing code. I'm mostly, working through numbers, demarcating which parts of the brain belong to which regions, and visualizing figures, making models, things like that.
Making models?
Yeah, like models of how the brain works. Like just saying that, okay, it sounds cooler than it is, I feel like, but because AI has made models feel like this unattainable thing, I think any analysis you do that comes up with a quantitative description of a qualitative phenomena, it's at some level modeling. So I don't think it's that unattainable, like coding is for everyone, I think. But I either do that or I use the fMRI machine, which is something that requires a lot of security training. So you need to know what you can and cannot bring to the room where the testing takes place. You need to make sure that participants are absolutely safe when they go into the scanner. You need to prepare them not just to do the experiment itself, but also what they can expect from being inside a loud magnet that is extremely narrow and might cause claustrophobia. So it's a lot more like human-centric and like making sure people are comfortable, and all I have is my data, so I have to be very careful about its quality. So if you were to interview for my job, like analytical skills would be a huge part of it. Knowing literature and like parsing through what other people have said about my discipline and making sense of it would be another. And the last would be the ability to like work with humans in a way that respects the contributions that they're making to science.
So,
Thank you so much.
great.
Yeah, we can go ahead and jump into some more improv. Thank you.
I'm the frontal cortex. I'm telling you, she's not interested, guys. She's not interested. Let's move on.
I'm the visual cortex, okay?
Yeah.
I see exactly how she's looking at us.
Hey, cerebellum here.
You're not working. You're drunk.
What? I'm not drunk. I'm sober enough to know that she's into us. Cerebellum.
Yeah, and I'm seeing with my occipital lobe that she's really hot, so we gotta keep talking to her.
Hey guys, she really gets me going.
Is that the heart?
That's hard. Why is
You guys never listen to me.
Hey guys, it's me, the kidney.
Oh,
Oh God, come on! I do important shit.
The kidney
I
is
take toxins
so
out of her.
gross.
So gross. Hey kidney, you passed that stone yet?
No, it's really painful.
And kidney and heart, I don't know how many times we have to tell you this. It's dangerous for you to be this up close.
I'll cross that blood-brain barrier whenever the fuck I want.
You're right in the throat.
No, yeah, it's a rare condition where I have my kidneys in my neck, and so that's what that is.
I'm glad you said something. I really didn't want to stare, but I was curious. So,
I'm
okay.
staring too, but
Okay.
for different reasons.
I've got an early morning.
Yeah, so just get comfortable in the MRI machine. If you want to lay down, we're going to slide you into the big tube.
I'm a little claustrophobic, so
Yeah, no worries.
careful, I
It's
guess.
very important that we keep this room safe. So honestly, don't worry. I'm just going to light a candle and put it by this curtain. Feeling good in there?
yeah, did you say candle by the curtain?
Yeah, no worries about it. It's just to kind of set a nice vibe.
Okay, I accidentally burned my parents' house down when I was a child doing that. So
Oh, no, John, it's really not good for you to be panicking in there.
they tell you not to do that.
Okay.
The firemen. They said you shouldn't have done that.
All right. Well, we're gonna get started in a minute.
Hey,
so, if
Dr.
you,
McCullough?
Yeah.
Sorry to bother you. The lab ran out of countertop space, so we need a place to put this vat of acid.
Oh, yeah,
Do you
yeah.
mind if we put this
Right over here.
Okay,
Right over here.
thank you so much.
Kind of tuck it next to the machine.
Sure. I'm so sorry to bother you. I know you're
No,
so
it's no
busy.
problem. I always welcome interns in my space.
Thank you so much.
You know what? I got these gas jugs.
Yeah.
And there's no room in my truck.
Shoot, you know, there is room over here by the window. There you go.
I'm sorry, did you say interns?
No, don't worry, we're a teaching college. It's a teaching program.
Hey, I got the raccoons from the rabies study. Where do you want to?
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Librarian Michaels. As you know, I come to and fro to the Shire all the time.
Of course, Gandalf.
But these damn fool-tooks do not know how to read.
Well, I suppose we'd have to force it on them. Force reading on everyone. That's what a fascist would do. Force reading?
Have you been hanging out with Snorlaman?
I've hung out with Soromon just a few times.
God damn, I thought you were a good librarian.
I am a good librarian. By the way, you know, I was traveling with a few hobbits, and the one Frodo disappeared from the troop.
The fuck did you do to Frodo?
I did nothing. I think they might have been abducted for experiments because they're so hairy.
You won't get away with this.
No one's gonna look for a hobbit. Or your little friend.
I think an entire group of people will look for us.
That's what you think.
A whole fellowship of people will come looking for us.
Sorry, Master Frodo. The old gaffer's gonna have it in for me if we ever make it back to the Shire.
When we make it back to the Shire. Positive thinking.
Tell me about your life. What's your deal? Why are you so hairy and short? And why are your eyes so beady?
I do a lot of gardening and squinting at roots and things, I suppose. I don't know. That's a very offensive question.
Squinting at roots. Odd.
My parents were hairy, so I'm hairy.
My parents too, and their parents?
They had beady eyes, so we had beady eyes.
Sure. Well, Frodo actually has famously unbeady pools of liquid light for eyes that you can just lose yourself in if you stare long enough.
Wow. Beautiful eyes.
Sorry.
All right, I'm happy to be hosting book club this week. 1984. I hate to, say this, but I got excited. I read the whole thing in about half an hour. I'm a speed reader. But I also, go along. You guys read chapters 1 and 2.
Wait a second. I call bullshit. Speed reading?
Yeah.
That's a myth. It's not.
Carl, what?
What year did the book take place?
It's probably like in sometime 1900 something.
God, Sharon, you're always giving Angela such a hard time. So she's a fast reader. You don't gotta be jealous about it.
Speed reading doesn't exist. It's a myth, like gravity.
You just need to take a minute, okay? It's all right. It's okay. We can still enjoy the book together, okay? It's all right.
How did I become the outcast here?
Okay, Sharon, you gotta cool it.
No! I will not cool it. We agreed when we formed this book club that we would not accept speed readers. It's in the charter.
Well, that was a long time ago.
And it was before Angela offered to host, and she has a pool.
Okay. I see where the priorities of this book club are. Well, guess what? I quit.
Oh,
Sharon,
you don't mean that. No. Have one of my brownies. It's from Trader Joe's. Relax.
I don't care if it was from Whole Foods. I don't want it.
No pool. No pool if you leave.
I can't swim. Okay? I can't swim.
Okay, well, it's not like any of us are in the pool. We just kind of sit around it in our swimsuits and drink cocktails.
1994.
No, yeah, you see, this part of the brain, it doesn't develop in people who don't know how to swim.
I don't get it.
Like, you have your friend Angela's skin here.
Oh, wow.
See, like, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
like a Christmas tree.
And it's got some girth to it as well.
Yeah. And this is mine.
That's yours, yeah, that part just isn't there at all.
It looks like a blank coloring book.
Yeah, I don't know how to ride a bike. I don't understand why that's relevant.
Well, as you can see from this chart,
Whoa, big.
this is someone who does know how to ride a bike. It's very, very round.
It's the roundest thing I've ever seen. It's
You
like
could
a
roll it down the stairs.
Kind of like a bowling ball.
A bowling ball?
I don't know how to bowl either.
Oh, I gotta find some bowlers to scan them. I've never scanned a bowler before. Your data is useless in that regard.
Yeah, I usually roll about 12 pounders. Is probably what you're seeing there.
How is your neck not broken?
Oh, I meant the ball is 12 pounds, but my brain sure is too.
Yeah, I mean, we really should have taken a scan of your spine, not your head.
Strike.
I'm really glad people are finally using this bowling alley we set up in the MRI lab. Just watch out for there's some raccoons next to the things.
Oh, I'll look out. I'll look out. So, yeah, you can pretty much scan whatever you want. I got my undergrad at William & Mary. I was raised in Virginia.
Oh, we already got too many. Yeah, we already got a lot.
You got enough of these brains?
You're from a college town, so.
Yeah, it's true. Strike.
Hi, thanks for coming to my gallery opening. This new exhibit is pretty incredible. I've done models like this. So this is kind of represents just like each of the organs of the body. And so this here is the liver. Very showy, very just like wants to grab the attention. So you know, I'm really proud of this piece. This is the first of the set. So what do you think?
That's something.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't like it.
No.
It's not that we don't like it, but I gotta be honest, I'm very drawn to this.
This?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is the gallbladder. I mean, this took me like just a few days. What's so striking? I mean, for me, I just would love to see like how it resonates with you.
I guess for me, it just sort of has the face of my father.
We're going to do one final interview. We'd like to welcome you back up to the stage. There we go.
So, is there anything from what you saw today that you want to clarify, confirm?
I think I'll have to go back to grad school to do this again in a way that lands with improv artists. But, you know, I've never seen anyone with kidneys in their neck, and hopefully that never happens. I think one thing to take away from the depiction of all the regions talking to each other is that even neuroscientists project what we know about humans into how we read the brain, and the way that brain regions talk to each other might be very different from how we interpret them. So that's just food for thought, I guess, going out of this.
So what is it about your current research? Like, is there something that you're really excited about or that you hope what you're studying might lead to?
I'm really interested in studying learning. There's a lot of people who do learning and memory research, and what really intrigues me is how new concepts are formed. And a lot of people think of language and the process of abstraction as the same ability, but I want to really investigate how true that is. Like, do we really need language to form a mental model of the world? Or can other species do it? Can kids do it when they don't have language yet? And can I use my research to make educational outcomes a little bit better as a consequence?
Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
our
It was
guest
so
today.
cool.
This was great.
Let's give it up one more time for our amazing scientists. Thank you so much.
So on the next slide, I put here my sort of mental model abstraction of the world. I'm here. Kroger's is here. Inside the Kroger's, the frozen goods aisle.
I'm sold. Good job, baby.
I don't know. I think if you want more popsicles, you should just get Billy to talk about it.
You think so?
Just fucking get your son to incept the idea into your husband.
Like he's my little pawn out
Like
there.
he's your little pawn. Like you're playing chess and he's a little pawn. And you're
Yeah.
the queen, obviously.
Oh, girl, you are full.
I don't know what a pulse cycle is doing in my part of the brain. I'm the frontal cortex. I don't think about food.
It's so cold. I feel like frozen right now.
Yeah, I can't see anything.
I think I'm aging. I think I'm going through a midlife crisis.
Where's the heart when you need it?
Cerebellum, I think you've had enough.
No.
Listen.
Just one more.
I'm responsible for what you do when you leave this place.
And I will be fine, and I will thank you. You, my favorite bartender.
What's my name again?
Amy?
Good guess.
It's a really round room. It's super round.
Like when I remembered it being round, I didn't even realize. It's like a basketball, but like giant.
Yeah.
It's a shooting star. So cool. That's good luck. They say for every shooting star you see, you can make 6 wishes.
Is that even if it's part of a pre-programmed
Even if it's
planetarium
part of
show?
a pre-program.
That's
You
cool.
know, gravity's a myth.
Fascism, socialism, fascism, socialism, fascism, socialism, fascism, socialism, in science, in
Thank you so much for being. You guys have been a great audience. This is great.
Thank you so much. We would love to thank our 2 performers again, Dr. Vassiki. Also a wonderful opener, Cansu. We hope you'll check her out. I would like to thank the house manager, the bartenders, the booth, everybody who made the show possible. Thank you so much.
We also want to thank Research America. It's a nonprofit organization that funded this show, made all the tickets free to the public. Sure. And we want to thank our partner, Columbia University Neuroscience Outreach. So one of the reasons we did this show, we created this show, was to humanize scientists, to kind of highlight the human side of doing science and being a scientist, and also to inspire people to to consider careers in neuroscience, particularly those who don't see themselves reflected in the field. So if you're one of those people and you want to know how the brain works and how to get into research, we have flyers on the table with info for people of all ages from Columbia University Neuroscience Outreach. And I want to give a big shout out to Brianna and Risaka, who are repping the program today for us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So talk to them if you have any questions about how to get involved in anything in the flyers. And we hope that you guys have an awesome day. And thank you so much for spending your Sunday afternoon with us.